All right, let's get back. I think it's time to start. It is. We're gonna open this up to the, have the
Pledge allegiance.
pledge here, yeah, and the meeting is called to order here, so let's do the pledge. Where's the flag here? There we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, have a seat. As you see on the agenda, we're gonna have a prayer, and I always like to start these asking the one that has all the power over us anyway, to help us in deciding who this is today. Let's pray. Father, we come before you. We thank you for the opportunity we have to serve our veterans and those around us that are in need. We just pray that now we have a need here, you're aware of it, finding the person that's going to run the Veterans Affairs Office, and we just pray for your guidance that we'll be unified in our decision. We ask for you to show us exactly what you'd have us to do and lead us through this all. Be with all our veterans, be with our people out in the field that are serving us now, and all the emergency people that are in the states serving you and protecting us. We just thank you for each and every one of them. Pray for their safety. And these things I pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
You need a motion to accept this agenda?
No. I need a
Motion.
Dennis, do you have, I've called it to order, but do you have the roll call? You already taken that?
I've written that down, but I don't know. these
Okay,
two.
we want their names and what they do
Yes,
for a
please.
living? I don't know.
I'm Commissioner Stoll. Tim
Tim,
Stoll.
yeah.
I'm liaison.
STOLL.
LL.
Okay.
Commissioner.
I'm Frank Walsh, WALSH, and I'm the county administrator.
Thank you.
And I am tickled to have these two with us today. They're welcome at every board meeting, and I'm sure they'll make every one they can. So, again, we want them to be able to take back to their jobs the needs that we have and how we can handle these things. So, now I got a note on here: call to the public. Anybody,
I don't.
any of you out in the public have a minute you want to say anything? Sure. Give us your name and all for the.
Kim Lindsay, 552 Ryerson Road.
Okay,
Bronson.
let me.
Sorry.
KIMLINDSEY.
Yep,
And what was the address?
552 Ryerson,
R.
RIERSON, Brunson.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think that's all you need.
Got it?
for- yeah.
I think this is our second year doing it. The Lindsay family, we donate to the veterans, usually to the Foot Locker, but I'm gonna leave it open for you guys to choose which one. At Christmas, we do an auction. We have a lot of fun. We make items, bring items, we bid on them, and then the money we donate to here. We do the same thing at Labor Day, but with Beginnings Care for Life. So I have $1,300
Wow.
for you guys to decide. Foot Locker, whatever.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Well, okay, I'll hold it there. We will give
Thank
that,
you.
we'll put that in the bank.
Yeah, I do. Got a couple of them.
Oh, pens you're talking about? Okay.
I'm a sucker.
All right, you got that down? Now, did you get the organization they're with?
The Lindsay family.
It's
It's
Lindsay
just
family.
called the
It's
Lindsay
Lindsay
family.
family, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
we have a bunch of
That's a pretty easy way to
veterans.
remember.
Kim, Dave,
Okay.
I don't remember.
I'm Dave.
Dave, yeah, Dave. Brother Dave. No, you're a veteran.
It's
And
his
you're
home,
lucky to have
so
a
we
wife that
family
really
them.
loves you and a good family.
But like I said, instead of exchanging gifts, we all just bring things. And then we have an auction. And
Yeah.
Like I said,
Pretty
I wish-
competitive,
I wish you
lot of
guys
fun.
could have as much fun as we did. And we buy crazy things for crazy amount of money just because it's a donation.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated.
You're welcome.
There, get that shut off.
We just want to put that off until where we're going to direct those funds to later. Just put them down in the way.
Well, yeah, we're not doing anything.
We don't wanna get
I'll
into
see
too
them
much.
about that, yeah.
It's too close to me if it's cash.
Oh, you're
I got
Okay.
my issues. I'm not need to
you
say
got,
it.
okay, I'll set that over here then, because I trust Tom.
Thank
How's
you.
that? Security forces.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, it's time to, nobody else had anything? I should give another, nothing? Okay. All right, now we're gonna start the review of these applications. Now, when you see them, why don't you move all your stuff aside, because you're gonna be busy with this stuff. What is all that stuff?
Well, I thought you were gonna give me 30 or 90 seconds. I was gonna do it before any video, but I can do it after video, just my concerns, but.
Why don't you go ahead, give us your, I told you you could speak. I didn't know you were gonna bring 2 inches of foot.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if I got to introduce myself to you.
Go ahead.
So I just wanted to present, like,
You're on-
the things
you're on
I gave to
time.
the commissioners, just so you know me. I made a couple copies if anybody else wants them, but that's just me. I'm so thankful to be here. I thank the committee. I mean, man, what an example. Had family and stuff, why we're all here. But I just, in my short time being here, I wondered if, like, prior to getting into this deal,
Yeah, I'll
we
give
needed
that
to
to
look
you.
at, our leadership
You wanna look at it?
and maybe just, for the grace and the benefit of going forward, we should look at a fresh leadership and, like, maybe make sure we understand, like, what we're really looking for and that kind of thing. It's just simple things, and I just wanted a little time to. I don't think I ever got a chance to really introduce myself, and so, like, where I'm coming from. So I felt bad really about you not really knowing me or where I was coming from. Like, I was just astounded when I found out you didn't use the services, like Dennis didn't, like, and just like the different how the community was all uproar and stuff, and get you out of a position of, like, people being like, well, that's the old way of leadership and stuff. I was just thinking, man, everybody talks about how great Tom is and all this. I was like, man, maybe Tom should just, like, run the thing. I was like, my head going and this kind of thing. So I just wanted a conversation about leadership and where we're going and what our big things we need to meet are, like someone who knows the system and is able to access it and give our veterans, like, 'cause with me it always goes back to veteran first, veteran first, veteran first, veteran first, veteran first, veteran first. First veteran. So I really wanted 90 seconds, but I took probably a little bit longer.
You did, okay. I think we got the gist of it. And I think the gist of it is you think we want to have new leadership within the board here. I think I got that. And you're suggesting, Tom, I don't know if you ever talked to him. On your agendas, just let everybody know, the next regular special meeting, you see it at number 9? I'll post that, but February 21st, we'll have an organizational meeting. We can talk about who's gonna be the chair and all that. I also got a whole list of things that we need to talk about, okay? So we'll go from there. So these things have been taken care of that he's talking about, so.
And it's
Alright.
not like out of, like, a thing of, I want you to know, like, it's like nothing, like, say, against chairman, only because, like, you've given so much for so long, through so many aspects, and, like, it just blew my mind away. Guy like you, like, wouldn't be able to. But anyways, so I just, like, know that it might be helpful to, like, just for a whole, like, put ourselves in the best position moving forward and take, like, some of that off of you and on that. Like, my 5, 3, and 1-year-old join one day and say, man, that office there really took care of my dad.
Okay. Well, you've taken a lot more time than I
Thank
was
you, I
gonna give you.
appreciate it so
Okay.
much, I appreciate it.
All right, well, like I say, all that we'll talk about in the future when we decide who's gonna do what. And one of the things, I'll tell you right now, one of the things that all this has come about that we changed in the 22 years, and I was on this for almost every minute of that time as a commissioner, and then after being a commissioner, there was an opening and I put in it. I've been on this board for as long as Tom's been here, okay? Now, we never had a chairman or a secretary, and we ran for 22 years without a problem. Nobody said anything. Nobody taught us how to do this, okay? Nobody came in and when Charles took it, they handed him the keys and says, there you go. And he's had to learn everything down through, and he's called other ones. I give him great credit for what he's done in the 22 years he's been in. But with all this coming out here at the end, there was some things pointed out. We didn't post our meetings. We didn't take our minutes and give them to the clerk, which I found the clerk says nobody does it, so I don't know why that's an issue. But everything said, we've got and that's how I got the chair, just maybe, 3-4 months ago? We never had one. So being a chair, and you want a new chair.
No, I just still want the bad.
No, that's
guy-
what you
the
said,
bad
just a
guy. I
minute,
mean-
just a minute. I got the floor, don't shut up, just hang on. So, we got a new secretary, we're doing things, trying to do things right. And if you see something else that needs to be done, tell us. Don't wait 22 years and bring it out, that that's what you did wrong. That's all we're saying. All right, let's get on with this. All right, I got everyone, if you look at these things, they're numbered. Okay, we're not gonna look at these by sex or anything else, or any other way, it's by number. When we address what we're looking at, there's a number at the top, and we'll just say whether we want to start out with these. Now, here's what I'd like to do. You got room here. We're gonna take the first one, look at it. If you think it's somebody we need to look at, tell me, and if it's yay, we'll look at them in better. But right now, it's just, yes, it's somebody we'd like to look at. Put it in a pile to your right. If it's somebody that don't have, well, let's say the education, or not everything's there, whatever reason you got come up in your mind that you don't think they should be interviewed, put it in a pile to your left. And we'll go through these 21. We'll get all those off to the
Right,
left that
good,
we don't
left
want to
off.
look at.
Right, good, left off.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, you can do that.
Chair.
I don't care how you do it. Yes, sir.
So does the board have, or has the board identified the characteristics that they're looking for in the candidate, the key characteristics that they're looking for in a candidate?
Well, we put that out as what we're looking for, and the total application form, okay, and that's what we're gonna look at, see if they can even follow an application form for what they need. Now, if you're asking, did we put out there in the field that we're looking for people that are 6'2" and no. I don't
We wanted
understand what you're
somebody-
saying.
We wanted somebody with military experience, and I think it requires a 4-year degree or some college.
Well, no.
Experience we
no,
based on,
no.
experience.
Those things were all put in here.
Right,
That's
those are
You're
part of the
bringing up a
job
good
posting.
point.
But are you asking, like, for me, like, is the number
Are
one
you
thing?
gonna answer everything?
I don't know what the
Then it's
answer-
set over there, I'm running it, okay? Set right there and we're gonna talk. If I don't say everything that needs to be said, I'll let you say it, okay? What we put out there was you had to have a degree or how was the word?
Experience.
Experience was the word.
Do we have a copy of the job posting?
I have it right behind us if you want that.
Sure.
So, I guess my question is,
Yeah.
I think that there's probably some qualities that make somebody successful in this role, right? Organizational ability, probably some degree of patience, I would think would be a good quality.
It's crisis
Um,
management. Like, people show up
sure.
in this office because of crisis.
Sure.
Like, they don't show up here because they're
All
like
these things.
thrilled about having anger issues. You just have served like on a flight in Vietnam and Da Nang. I mean, whatever. I mean, this is real life.
Yeah, so the posting itself probably outlines at least some minimum educational requirements and that kind of stuff, right? But what I would say, in my experience, I've done a lot of hiring in my experience, it works best if you've identified some qualities that you're looking for that would make somebody successful.
They are in here.
And then you base your decision off of your resumes off of those qualities and how well they fit with those qualities.
I guess that's, basically, that's kind of what I'm saying here when I said, put off to the left if they don't meet those qualities.
Okay.
And off to the right, just the ones that we want to look at deeper into what they've got. First, we got to come down to, from 21 down to something.
Exactly.
Now, the last time this was done, somebody did it over there in your office. I don't know if it was just Bud. I don't know if it was Bud at the secretaries, or what. But somehow, you guys took it down from 21 or 22 down to 8, and by the time you gave us those 8, 3 of them already said they didn't want the job, so we interviewed 5. Okay?
Oh, okay.
I don't know, so I don't know.
I wasn't
when-
involved with that, but I don't know for sure.
Well,
All right.
somebody did.
Can I ask
And
a
that's why
question?
we're doing this right now. It's the whole board, it's open to everybody, and we're gonna look at those aspects of what you're saying. If they look qualified to run this place, then put them in a pile over here and we'll look at them deeper. I just wanna get the ones down
So you wanna
that
narrow
don't
it down?
qualify at all. Okay,
What, hey, can I just,
go ahead.
what I think the question is kind of what I was asking before we get the horse in front of that, is like, asking, the same question for me is, I believe, for me, what's gonna pop off is like experience and being a veteran. Like, best way to be a veteran is, like, to me, I'd love to see a combat veteran, right? There's not a whole lot of people that look like me. Okay, thank God. So anyways, so one, you know, but since someone who can access the system, who has shown they've been able to access the system. Well, what are you talking about? Well, give like, the other day I was so blessed just to go into my assessor, and my taxes of my beautiful cherished land in America was taken care of because of my sacrifice to my family. So good. And then it's crushing to hear other guys in Vietnam feel bad about wanting to work on an anger issue or not worthy. The whole thing is worthiness. One big thing to me with the characters, are we going to have someone in that position that is going to show Branch County veterans how worthy and valuable they are? And the next thing is, how are we going to engage them? Am I going to see someone who can engage a veteran? Someone who can sit there and like have a conversation, be helping and open. You know, this is what this office represents, blood. So things are going to be like those big characters, like, you know,
Are you coming to a
experience,
close on
proven.
your thing?
5
'Cause
things.
you've gone
and who can
4
build a
ways
community.
already.
So those are just what's important to me. If you're looking at like boxes, what are going to come to my boxes? Who's going to check my boxes? I hope, you know, we have 4 or 5. Who knows? I just want one person who's meant to be that person. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay. Anything else? Open your thing and take out your first one then. Number 1. It's a lengthy thing here. You see all the things that are in it, especially I'll just bring your attention to the back. These were just given to me lately here, and I had to run copies and everything, but these are all certifications and stuff as far as running the office and all. My question there to you, if you've had a chance to look at it, is that one you think we ought to look at?
I do.
If you do, then lay it off to the side.
Yeah,
Does everybody else think that, I mean,
the one is one we should
look deeper at it?
You're all saying the same thing, it's one we should look at.
I agree.
Okay. Take out number, whoops, what'd I do with number 2 here? Patch it here. Just a minute here. I seem to have lost number 2 on mine.
I got this one if you would like it.
Don't give me
We don't
any
want that.
names.
We don't- we don't
You're
want-
already violating what I just said.
Sorry.
Yeah,
They'll be edited out.
Okay, thank you.
Just trying to help you, sorry.
I'm trying to see why I didn't,
I think
what
it's
what happened to it.
connected with one, Rod, mine was when I first got it.
Well, that's what I'm looking to see if
Clip.
it's the back.
You know, were we starting all with the right number 1s and 2s?
Yep.
If it says number 1 on top, you're set. Anybody, if any of you got 2 2s in your packet?
But you know,
Just 1, 2.
All right.
Oh, here.
You got 1 or 2?
2.
You got 2, okay.
there you go.
I have it, all right.
Very good.
Number 2.
Number 2, all right. Look down through it, you can see, let's see here. Now, one of the things mentioned was military service. And on number 2, on the second page below, it shows they were in the military service.
I see that.
So the rest of it is managing and,
Where's the education? I don't see the education.
He's got
That's on the
high
back
school,
page,
high school
back
to the back
page.
culinary arts. I don't see any college, I don't know.
So based on our criteria, we're looking for a minimum of an associate's
or,
or work experience.
yes, and I don't see any of that here, but
And so I respectfully decline this number 2.
I would too. How's the rest of you feel?
I agree.
All right, let's define number 2. Number 3. Okay, number 3 has education. I see in criminal justice a couple things.
He was in the US Navy.
Yep, that's
4
on
years.
page 3, yep. So military.
To the education, attorneys.
Looks
Say,
pretty smart.
Number 3's made the right file.
I think number 3 makes the minimum anyway.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's what this
Number
is.
3, okay?
Yeah, that's what this
Yeah,
is for, we're
keep
cutting it
that.
down, that's all.
We are. Number 4. Maybe we should have a, what do we call it, a chaplain in our unit.
Yeah.
This one's education, most of his education is, let's see.
That's interesting.
He's got a lot of education.
BA in psychology.
Psychology,
Master
yeah.
of the Sacred,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I like this.
Captain in the Air Force.
Try to keep your look
Yeah,
up.
now I wonder, did it say he was a captain in the Air Force?
Yeah,
Or-
page 3.
Yeah, okay. Now, I wonder, I know the military there, and usually the captain, and if he was a chaplain, their rank is.
Automatic.
is Automatic
Yeah,
chaplain.
it is.
And I wonder if that was,
But you still have
he
to have a
says, he says he
degree.
was a chaplain, that's
Yeah,
true.
it's.
Still have to have a degree in theology or something.
It is.
Something
I
we're
think,
looking
right, yeah.
into.
Well, how do you guys feel about him? Is that somebody you wanna look deeper?
Educated veteran makes the list.
Okay. Number 5.
Some college, no degree in general
Yeah,
studies.
yeah,
Yeah.
not a lot of college here, and not much experience as far as, did you see anything about military?
I don't see any
I didn't see
military.
it.
Feels quick to the know.
I don't see, yeah.
Military is not a criteria, but it is preferred for this
Yeah.
job.
But I say no. How's
I
the rest of you?
agree. I say no.
Number 6.
That's what I got.
Decorated a little
That's what I
bit.
did.
Yeah, yeah. Fire Support Specialist, United States Department of Army.
Yeah, that's,
Been doing it for a few years.
Honorable discharge. 2011.
yeah.
Seems pretty diverse.
And when you look at the, DD 214 and all, you see the character of service, honorable or whatever it says.
Mhm.
But then you look down at number 28 and it'll tell you a little more information about it too.
Mhm.
It says he completed his required active services. That's always a good thing to look at. First is what the character honorable.
I say it
is
goes
what
to
we
the
look
pile
for.
for now.
Well, where's the education level? High
I
school?
don't, well,
He had to have some college to be a corrections officer for the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like a semester, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
not,
di-
it's not much.
it isn't presented to us either. You're
Yeah.
supposed to present that
True.
stuff to
Yeah.
us.
Well,
We can presume anything, but
yeah, but we looked at experience, and there's a lot of experience for that position he has at the top from October 2020 to
I
April.
don't know, we're trying to
2023.
thin the herd here. And if they don't wanna follow the instructions on the application process and they don't fit the criteria for the education, I think we should just move along, put that on the left.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say.
yeah, yeah,
I agree.
I agree too, so put them off on the. Number 7.
Combat engineer, team leader.
looks like a lot of heart.
High school diploma.
Yeah. Now, yeah, this one's got a number of DD 214, says he was in and out of the service apparently more than once here.
Well, sometimes you get them after the fact. I've got a couple 215s that I got awarded after I got home.
Is that right?
I got 3 215s on my record.
Holy cow.
That's something I want to work on with my own self, is how to have more of that. But man, pretty decorated.
Yeah,
I mean, very
I'd say.
decorated.
yeah,
I'd
definitely.
say.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it might be interesting to decide out if we're gonna narrow it to that. I mean, yeah, I mean, got a
Well,
lot of good qualities for me. I mean, it's saying I don't know about, like-
education, yeah, education is the one thing here
those two
that
together
Hold 'em
might-
back.
kind of lacks here, I think, yeah.
Sorry to say, didn't make the cut.
I think he's out. If you guys agree.
I agree.
Agree.
All right, number 8.
It's interesting.
Bachelor of Science degree.
Good.
Yes. I didn't see any
I
military.
don't see military either.
Well, have to say no then for me.
Or any relevant experience. I don't see
Yeah,
any
I don't see any military.
or relevant experience.
No.
All right. On the left, okay, we all agree there, okay. All right. Next, number 9.
Bachelor of Science. Sign language.
That's good.
Educated.
The military?
I don't see any military on this one.
No.
To the left.
Yeah,
For me.
to the left. Number 10.
Sergeant in the Marines, this one.
Yeah, we won't hold that
We
against
will-
him, but he's got.
we'll,
military.
Probably not that bright.
He's got education
Probably not that
behind
bright.
I'm gonna put it in travel.
All right.
That's enough for me, yeah. Wait a minute, I was a sergeant in the Marines.
This is interesting
explains
here.
a lot.
I like how he's getting services.
Where are you seeing that?
Or this.
Oh, back here, yeah.
I think that's a
Bachelor's,
big deal.
Business administration,
The systematic thing.
veteran,
Yep,
they made the cut.
yep.
I like that one, yeah,
Thank you.
keep him.
Oh,
We'll
of
look
course
at
you'd
him.
like to move.
That
We'll look at him
person-
closer.
That person.
It's hard not to
Yep,
like.
number 11. Number 11. Okay,
Actually, what's that doing? Yeah, it'd be nice to get so many highly qualified people. Work. Jesus, working.
a lot of explanations in each job, what she did, that's,
Yeah.
Very skilled.
yep.
I don't see veteran.
But I don't see a
I don't
veteran
see
here.
a degree either.
Pete,
No,
Haven,
no.
Sorry.
left.
Off to the left. Number 12. Homeless emergency response,
It's important.
yeah.
Hey, I saw this thing about being a peer. That's cool.
Career sports visual.
Yeah.
Bachelor's and associate.
Man,
We gotta do something with vet peers.
3 pages of skills there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's the
Not a big
veteran?
enough check.
Military
From
experience.
here, professional,
Not veteran, right?
I don't see
I'm not
it.
missing it.
I
Right?
don't,
Yeah.
you know,
Nor do I see any other relevant experience on
We're almost there.
I say no. What do you guys think?
I say no.
Just
No,
to check, we're on
Concur.
13.
We're on 13 now.
Behind you
Take
guys.
13. Man, what a check or money. You guys have fun just to support veterans. God bless you.
That's what the job entails.
Sure, it does. Life. Wow, that's a talent.
Navy,
Secret
And the
clearance.
recruiter.
I had a secret.
I got
It
it.
says he's a recruiter, but I don't see.
Bachelor's.
I'm the issue. That's the big secret.
Wonder where his DD 214 is. It says he was a recruiter, but
That recruiter for what? In the military?
I don't know.
What page?
Ethical
Oh, recruiter.
personal service. No,
Person, that's not,
That
not
don't sound
military.
military, does it? No.
No.
I don't see anything in here that,
Mm-mm.
Here you go, operational specialist.
under
Says he was
what?
in for 4 years. Combat systems
Combat
training,
systems training.
Navy.
supervisor.
Missile.
Second
Oh,
page,
under
bottom.
operational, okay, down. US Navy, there you go. He is a
Fine balance.
harpoon equipment room operator.
Education vet.
Says 13 makes
Were
it 5.
they, were they required to provide a DD 214 if
I
they
don't
were
see it on
military?
here.
Well, it is not here. They
Okay.
were
But
required to
they
have
made
it.
the cut
It's
to
just
give it
preferred.
to us. They
Okay,
meant-
okay.
Not
got it.
required.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I said preferred, not required for
Oh,
fit a vet.
DD 14.
Yeah, we kept him anyway, right?
Okay.
Right, yeah.
We'll look at him.
Yeah, we look.
If he makes.
14.
The interview
the fi- If
process.
he makes the final cut, we
That
can
might be
ask
part of the
that.
next
Sure,
criteria
absolutely.
level. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Number 14,
Ooh, I like that idea. Important child. That's an emergency. That's one big question I'm asking. Define emergency, please.
Bachelor's, first military. yeah,
nope,
so-
I don't see any military, so
Nope.
education
Really good
is
service
light,
person though.
pretty light, no.
Well,
Left.
correct.
That's interesting. A lot there.
Got a BS in sociology.
That's good.
Some of these, I'll just let you know, some of these
You
sent
got
just a
computers,
one
you
page,
said.
and our secretary over there and payroll got a hold of some of these people, or all of them, told them, you better make sure we got everything to see it. And some sent more stuff, and some didn't, and I think this one didn't, so I don't see anything on here to,
No.
I don't see any
It's
military.
going to go left.
yeah,
Number 15.
15.
yeah, that was 15. Number 16, that's all we got,
There's a one pager.
that's a one pager, yeah, so I say no.
I don't see any military on this one either.
College, community college.
I like
Oh,
one
there's
pagers.
Sienna
not
Heights,
one page.
bachelor's.
No. Some of these, you gotta realize that this goes out over the internet.
Right.
Some people bring it up and say, I'll put it in and looking
See
for
what
a job.
happens. Yeah, run up the flagpole.
So,
Okay,
yep.
to the left.
We did have one person that looked good to me when he gave it, and, but since then, he's pulled his application, he's already got a job. So I kinda felt bad about that. He would've been one good to look at.
Where's that application at? You just pulled it, you said?
Yeah, I pulled it, I didn't even bring it, he just said he's
wasn't
got
mine.
another job.
Wasn't mine.
Number 17 here.
Associates.
I like the award. That's something we gotta do more of.
Military?
Awarding. Butch,
I don't see any military.
so glad
on
you're
it.
here with us today, buddy.
Good resume.
No, I don't think any,
Didn't make the cut.
Nothing
No.
jumped out at me.
no. 18. Now,
Cover letter.
this was a hard one to read.
That trucking company, that's run by a veteran who doesn't use our services, I
Bachelor's.
found out, but
Huh.
that should change, I hope, when all of us veterans know it's okay to let people help them out.
What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. The guy's trucking
have no
company he
idea.
worked for here.
I was reading over here, I wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention.
That's okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me. But I don't know, I mean, I'm not seeing a whole lot.
I don't,
Education.
education's
Bachelor
here,
of Business
where's
Administration.
the military?
I don't see anything, I say no.
Yeah, I just don't see
Oops,
it.
there's the other part.
I didn't see it in any intro or nothing. Wasn't something to be real sweet about.
Not really anything. Okay, 18 was no, 19?
Veteran and educated. Made the cut.
I think so too.
Yeah, okay. That's it. 19 was yes.
Yes.
20?
20 is a veteran,
Yep.
and where's-
Well, in the
But we-
system, she knows the system right here.
and bachelor's, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't have a DD 214.
Again, like you said, we can ask for that in the process.
If-
Sure.
If it comes
Like
up.
that.
That's a good plan.
And the last one.
Wow, already?
US Air Force,
Amen.
The last one, yeah.
Air Force.
Wow, that's a long time. GS. Knows the system a little bit. Medical. Trauma registered. I like trauma. I mean, especially added, you get addicted to the war high. Oh, A1C grade.
Okay, she was honorable discharge and apparently
Little Rock.
left the service because of
Childbirth.
childbirth.
It used to be a medical discharge back in,
Yeah,
back
that's
in my
something maybe
day.
more to look into.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if I was the male having a kid, if I was able to have a kid, you know, my kids would have been taken care of. That's something that's, did we put this on the good pile or bad, are we looking more into
No,
her?
no, we're gonna look more into her, yeah. All right, so what do we got?
She had the education?
She didn't have education, but she got some
Super
Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yep, that made the cut. We're good.
Okay, that's it.
So 21
All
and
right.
10.
Yep.
We've knocked it down to,
Yeah. One,
you have 8?
7, 8, correct.
All right, now we're gonna get a little more technical.
8, and so I got 13 no's, so 8 plus 13 would be
21.
21, baby. Let's have a party.
Okay,
I asked the board a question, I know it's not my time, but as you go through these, are any of your applicants have any experience navigating the veterans?
we're gonna get into that now.
They
See, all
do.
we did,
The answer is
we
yes.
just tried to get rid of ones that,
I got that, I just.
If I may go, it's James O'Connor. One way that the reentry code on the DD 214 characterized level of honorable. So, for example, I'm an RER1. I know from my time to change that. There's also the eval system. You also graded on your evals at that time. But
You
that's-
showed
that's
up
Navy.
to us on crisis,
But
didn't you?
all DD 214s, at least in my time, have the reentry code. So, you know, just doing your job and getting an honorable, or when the command feels you did a very good job, there's actually a code for that, just in case you're interested.
And where's that?
It's at the bottom of DD 214.
It's lower right corner,
Number 27, I think, or
Yes,
26,
sir.
something like that.
reentry code. So, thanks, we'll call you, or, you know, that kind of thing. You know, it's one of those things.
re-entry
So,
code,
yeah.
yeah.
Reentry code.
Yeah, it's number 27.
I think it's an excellent
That'd be something
characterization.
to look
of
at
your
it, I guess,
It's administrative, if anything.
yeah.
It's not really
Yeah, we'll
relevant
get that.
to too much.
All right, you guys ready?
Well, what's the big goal? What's going to stand out at us this next round? What are we? I, mean,
That's what- I think
think
that's what Rod's getting ready to address.
All right, now we have to look at the things that pertain to our office here. What's it gonna take to step into that office as smoothly as we can and run it, okay? Now, that might be education, it might be experience, any of these things. All these people have been in the military, we know that, we just accepted them.
Can we just eliminate 3 and get down to
I
5?
think 2 of them have been in the military.
2 hadn't been?
Well, 1 of them, anyway. I thought
Okay.
that last
I
one.
think we eliminate
The last
3
one
and go with
hadn't
5.
been.
Oh, the last one wasn't? I thought you said it was.
Can we just
I couldn't
eliminate
look at-
3?
No, wait, the last one was military but didn't have the education. That's what it was. They were military but didn't have the education, wasn't it, the last one? Yeah. Number 21
Okay.
has a 14.
All right, you're kind of getting at what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
Education, experience, all those things. Now you're looking to zero these things down as to what is it gonna take that we're looking for to run this place.
My initial, nobody really jumped out. There's a lot of highly qualified people that can do the job, so we're very fortunate. I think like we're fortunate to have this stack here. Let's narrow it down. Either we can narrow it down 3 or we're getting rid of 5.
I don't know yet. We'll see what it takes down to. Okay?
Okay, let's go.
I don't know.
Just playing some
All
golf
right.
here.
Grab number 1.
And that would be
Start
number 1?
looking. Pardon?
Number 1's number 1 on this situation?
Yes,
Yeah, he's got a number.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're all numbered. I'll tell you the
Okay.
number and you
Okay.
just grab it. All right. Number 1, just look at it. Look at the things we just talked about. Okay, education, experience. Picture them in the office, maybe any of these people. Do they have the ability to run that office and run it smoothly and stuff?
I would say yes to number 1.
Very diverse. Highly qualified.
Number 1 made my cut.
mine as well.
I agree.
Just going right or
Yeah.
left?
Put it back up where you had it, and we'll keep your pile of no's, because we're gonna add to that if we decide some of these don't make it.
Okay, next
All right, number 3.
Not all that high ranking, but that doesn't mean much to me.
What's the work been in the field?
Yeah, right. I mean,
I'm looking for volunteer work, service officer work, legions,
systems, he
VFWs.
doesn't connect with it. I don't see it.
Yeah,
But a good service person, like this person is
Yes.
very service oriented. I mean, I'm just
Absolutely.
not sure about making
They have, it
making
looks
the
like,
next cut.
skills in computer,
I'm gonna say no.
Excel, Word,
which is very handy.
which would be, yeah.
He's got registration, licensing, and firefighting and hazmat.
That's
That
all.
shows me ability,
That's all a plus.
that's a plus, yeah.
Where's the administrative background here, though?
Well,
It's a highly administrative job.
4 years.
Well, you make a good point, because this, everybody thinks you just go in here and you help them out. Well, how do you help them? Most of it is paperwork. You gotta get
Well-
into the computers and start the paperwork to finish what these people need. It
And this
isn't like
person has Excel and they have Word. I mean, that's all
they're
basic.
using,
They're trainable,
they're using the system, okay.
but I don't see anything within this veteran oriented system. I mean, maybe they just never had the opportunity.
Now, what do you guys, here's
I'm gonna start a maybe
a
pile.
question.
Maybe pile,
I got a
middle.
question for you guys.
I like
Wait a minute,
it.
hold up.
Yeah.
When you look at his DD 214 and down at the end, and this was just brought out, I never knew this, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
What's that reentry code? RE3G?
R1, R2, R3, I think it goes in that. I mean, as I was told, RER1 is the highest one, but I don't know what that was based off of something called evals. I mean, evals were based because they average evals for your whole career, and they give you that reach code is based off of that. So if you find a yeoman or a personal element in there that has a high RE code, he's definitely gonna exceed your good requirements.
So
of
the
someone
higher
that
the
does
RE
Isn't cutbacks in the military also affected by your reentry code, that they're doing cutbacks in your branch of service?
Your job might not
The
be.
Corps
needed
goes through that a lot.
It's interesting you bring that up, but my understanding,
look-
and maybe I'll quietly
Look at number
Google it
28.
here, but
Look at number 28 on that.
once you get the DD 214 side by side with your candidates, if you have a tough
That
time,
person has a
You might
good
wanna use
record.
that
I
to-
just don't think that they have the systematic.
They're-
Condition,
they're your
not a
tiebreaker.
disability. I don't know what
you
that
know,
means.
something to consider.
well, he wasn't disabled,
Many
Honorable
years ago,
discharge.
so.
Condition, not a disability.
not a
Yeah, it
disability.
wasn't a medical, it was
It
just
might
an
be something we
honorable.
ask in the future. You wanna keep him?
I'm gonna start a maybe
Maybe.
pile.
A maybe pile, okay. All right. Number 4. You're saying if we get down to 2 or 3 that are likable.
I got an
maybes
answer on
might
the
not-
Yeah, I
education.
mean-
Okay, just say,
All right.
Rod, just say.
All right.
And I apologize, I think it might be helpful to the group. I went through an AEF program, which is equivalent to 4 years of college. My school, we only graduated 11 out of 33 guys. It was advanced electronics field. Actually, the University of Illinois gives out a, you know, an equivalent thing on that, so I always bristle a little bit on the part where, you know, and I'm a former CTO of a large broadcast, you know, like TV, I've done all that stuff, and so I always think that the, you know, that weight of the, well, that quality of education, whether it's on a piece of paper or not, but in the need, and when you're considering these candidates, the one who've gone through the advanced training fields requires a longer enlistment, so it means you're gonna commit, might get 6 years, I mean, and that is in and of itself. And again, just if you're basing, once you get down to comparing their military service and factoring that in with your, but the education, I think, that life experience, sometimes it's not always adequately explained for us vets.
Exactly. I think what you're saying here, if I can paraphrase it, is experience means as much or more than actual education.
In my opinion, I agree with that.
You
Still
can get a
amazing.
master's education and never have a bit of experience.
Experience.
And the experience is what brings it to a point. Thank you. Okay.
sir.
Hey, I think this next person I say is probably not. This, what number are we on?
14, number four,
Four.
number 4.
4. Oh, I was up to 13, sorry. That's why I went 4.
Okay, just keep up with us now.
Okay,
Keep
I'm
up
sorry.
with us.
That'd be 13 though.
Number 4. Now, the education here is definitely more towards counseling. I would
Which one are
say.
you on now, Ryan?
Number 4.
Number 4, okay.
Number 4. Now, are they, you know, with all the other parts in there, is it, again, we don't have, he was a captain in the military, but it looks like he was a chaplain.
Not bad to have maybe a look at. I don't know, that might be a maybe pile to me.
I'll give it a maybe.
Maybe.
Put it on the maybe
We
pile.
got the maybes through.
We got the maybes, okay. Don't-
So 13 or no.
we get a bigger
How did this
maybe
get to
pile
me,
there.
man?
Number 10,
Get out of my way.
this is a little thicker one again.
I need a lot of help. Work. We're gonna get a committed person here. There is connection with that. I like that.
Now, the
Definitely.
big thing is he can drive a forklift, okay, that's good.
Well, I mean,
No, I'm just joking.
he's on.
Hey,
I
that
mean,
takes education.
That's a great job.
but I mean, I think I
did
said
that.
like
I did that.
Yeah, I did too.
connected. This person, I think, makes it for me.
Quality plumbing.
Douglas Autotech. Griswold.
I really think so.
Now, it's on here, so I'll bring it up, on number 10 here, that's what we're looking at, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Down under VA benefits, it says that he has one or more service-connected disabilities, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he is using the service, he knows how, apparently,
He's in the service. Yes, he's
he
getting.
might know how to do it, but he knows how to receive it, and there's something to be said for that.
Looking opportunity. If
Yeah,
not,
it's
if not, it's a good person to question what we could do better.
well,
I put him in the. I'd rather look at him than the maybes probably.
I think he's one we want to interview.
yeah, okay, let's put him in the S. I think it's a good possibility there. Number 13.
Oh no, that's see anything.
Recruiter? No, that wasn't military.
Well, underneath it, he talks about being in
In the Navy.
military, in the
Yeah.
Navy, see? I missed that the first time there, and you guys brought it out. And the training he's had in the military is mostly combat stuff, so I don't,
It's tough.
yeah.
Spreadsheets with Microsoft Excel, proficient.
That's important.
Big change.
Under skills, look under skills there, you gotta look at these pretty hard, but do you see anything under skills there that would impress you, that he can actually run the office the way we want?
Well, you look at the bottom, as Dennis pointed out, he does have spreadsheets and proficient in Microsoft Excel.
So he knows how to use a computer, is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
Excel, if you're proficient at that, you're pretty good at a computer, you can navigate pretty good.
Okay.
Took me a whole semester to get Microsoft certified.
All right, where are you putting him then?
Put him in the maybe.
In the maybe, okay. All right, number 19.
I mean, checks a lot of boxes.
Education in a number of areas here, okay.
We're getting a decent pile. Narrowing it down is getting interesting.
Yeah.
It's worth an interview.
Gentlemen, I actually found my DD2, I had a copy of it on my phone.
Huh.
If you want to pass it around, you can pinch and pull on that, look at the hole, that's your,
Interesting also.
that's, so I was out in 91, so I don't know when.
Okay, so the re-entry
the
code,
first changed the,
Number 27.
what the execution paperwork looked like after
okay.
1990, 91.
It should say discharge.
Okay, and what is,
That's about, that's 30 years ago.
Is that
so-
19? I'm gonna go for 19.
what is
20
this
years
important for? As what
He
we're
was
looking
showing the
for?
re-entry
Oh,
code, I
yeah.
think.
Yes, it's
Oh,
in the
I
lower
thought you
right
were
corner.
yeah. The higher the re-entry number.
The R1.
And that's where,
Yeah.
that's an atypical Navy
Yeah.
technician that could be considered an electronic,
None of my
engineer,
business.
but the ribbons and whatnot during the.
DD 214 is interesting.
Mine was
I got
two
a
pager.
guy for that. They wrote a country song about it. I got a guy for that. He's a professional DD 214 reader.
Well, we're all
They
vets,
say
right?
everything. They're like they're a birth certificate. Like a guy like.
I'd rather have my shellback certificate now, I would put that in.
Dennis's
my
DD
application.
214 would get him to be like 100% disabled veteran, but like for some reason he's like lived this long and I don't want to use that other guy's will, other guys need that help.
I got my
All I
polar
did
bear.
was this.
Huh.
All I did was this. Come on,
Sorry, you guys doing a great.
Maybe.
19 in.
Okay,
We're heading to the
veteran, honorable, yep,
Yep.
but a hardship, so we don't know anything
that could
about
be a
that.
value.
College education. Yes.
All right, where's the, let's see here, college education, let me look here. Okay, I guess on the first
In the
page, the
systems.
first page talks about,
The second
what the
page, Western
what-
Michigan University BS Social Work. Page 2.
yeah, I see that.
Okay.
But I'm looking at the others, what the other, that was at Western, and the others talk about, on first page is the actual information for what, how she got to be, or they got to be the specialist, so.
Qualified, very highly qualified.
Okay, where you wanna put her?
Yes.
Okay, put him in the, okay, number 20. 20's been in the military, reserves.
I like this person. I just don't know if it'd be the right person.
Huh.
I mean, not just looking at the basic formula. It's more business like, and it's. I don't see it like it's a business person. I mean, I married an accountant, but not because I wanted to learn how to Excel. Like she looks at me like I'm trying to balance my sheet. I'm like, I'm not a balance sheet. I'm not on the budget.
This person has veterans resource
Right.
background, so that speaks volumes.
Long term.
Well, what doesn't speak for me on number 20 is 2 pages here. Why don't we have some transcripts of your
More I look at this, I like
of your
it.
things, and a DD 214. I mean,
Maybe.
it's very. I don't know. What do you guys think on 20?
Maybe, pile.
Maybe Kyle.
And the last one, 21.
Specialist. I love specialist. That's a big deal. Am I reading that right?
That's technical training, I think.
VA Medical Center,
Mhm.
Cleveland,
Yeah.
Ohio, on number 21.
Honorable discharge.
Dealt with Cleveland today. They're so blessed. Who's all been to Battle Creek VMC here? Anybody? Tom, you have.
I've been up there to visit friends that are in there.
You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have friends.
Well, they weren't when I left.
Yeah, that's right. They probably owe you a little something. This person could get in there.
What's the educational level on this one?
How many of those goods do we have?
Which
We
one
had
you want
her,
back?
or that in the pile, and this, that,
I
and the other
haven't
one.
seen it yet, but
I'm
Well,
flipping through the
it's-
pages here, and it's
well,
kind of a
it-
narrative.
Well, it's hard to sit here and read and see what, you know, all these are
21.
positive
Yeah,
things.
21.
21.
And that's gonna go on the maybe pile.
Oh man, I had 5 if we had that. Or,
This is the one that left because of pregnancy, so, okay.
I kind of like the diversity of it.
Okay, you say you gotta put her on the maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's about as far as I go with that, alright. Alright, you got a maybe pile here, how many do we have in the?
In the yes pile?
In the yes
Four,
pile?
All right.
3.
We have 4,
I have 3.
no, 3.
3 in the yes pile.
Shoot, that was.
Would you guys have a problem if we invited these 3 in for interviews?
No.
I mean,
We-
they
we wanna
definitely
knock
stuck
it
out.
down.
They stuck out.
These are the ones that,
When do you wanna conduct the interview, Rod?
well, let me get a hold of these and see, I'd like to do it this
This
week.
week?
Yeah, if I can get a hold of these 3, and we can set it up for, let's say Friday. That gives them as much, today's Tuesday.
Let's
We
take a
can
look.
do it Friday.
Let's check everybody's calendar.
Okay, so we got 1, 10, and 19. Is that correct?
1, 10,
Correct.
and 19.
1, 10, 19. I'm comfortable that says, checks every box I've looked at for my own self. And definitely set themselves apart. And I think it's a wise thing if we can get those 3 on the hook. If
I'm
we can only get- if we can only
available,
get-
I'm available Friday the 24th.
I am too. Everybody
Morning or
else?
PM.
Everybody else?
Anybody else?
All right, let me,
I'll have to check with my secretary.
I'm available anytime you
You
want
wanna
me to
retire?
carry.
all right.
I'll make it happen.
I'll
With
call
my
you,
wife.
I'll call you guys as soon as I talk to these people, okay? I got all your
It's
numbers.
the best meeting you've run yet.
Yeah. Well, I wanna make sure we go through the rest of this though, but right now we got these 3, well, I'll contact them for interview and call you guys right up. And what I'll do is, we'll set a time and we'll make it morning, okay? So we'll have maybe the first interview like at 9 and the second one at, I don't know, what do you think? Last time it took us about a half-hour interview, half-hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah, let's do 9, 9:45, and 10:30. How's that sound?
That sounds good to me. I'll set
Lovely.
those up.
Okay, 9 o'clock,
9:45,
10:30.
10:30.
10:30.
For 3 applicants.
Okay, and I'll let you know who and
It's on
when they can
Friday,
make it.
Friday the 24th.
All right? All right, now let's, hold on now. I wanna go through the rest of
9,
the
9,
agenda
40,
here.
10:30.
It's not much.
Can I make a couple suggestions for you?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the one thing you may wanna do, I've done a lot of recruiting in my life and setting up interviews, so just going from experience here. One of the things that can happen is you get a hold of these 3 and maybe 1 or 2 have jobs already or they can't make it. And now you've gotta all get back together and figure out, okay, now where do we go from here? If you only just have 1 candidate. So what you might wanna do, just a suggestion, is go through here and pick out your top alternate today before you leave. And that way, if someone can't make it, the alternate goes in and gets interviewed as well. I've seen a lot of alternates actually.
So that following Monday is an object, or can we get maybe that
If you
following
wanna-
Monday, or?
All I'm saying is you wanna have 3 candidates, there's a likelihood that 1 backs out or more.
Well, we had 3 back out last time. We went
Hey,
right
we're
ahead
looking in
with
the
it.
future.
To my point exactly.
Monday.
If 5 had
Friday and
backed
Monday.
out, would we have asked for another alternate? Or would we have just said,
Well, you
we only have 2?
We have the 3 best. We have the 3 best candidates at this
Well,
time.
you started with 8 last time, and you had all those back out, and you ended up with 3. Well, you're starting with 3 today, and who knows, if you're comfortable with it, if there's just 1 left, and you just wanna interview that 1, go ahead, but sometimes you might wanna have an alternate set up. And the only other thing is, just make sure you let me know, and we'll get this, cause the Michigan Open Meetings Act requires you to have your meeting posted 18 hours in advance. So as soon as you have that set up, we'll get it posted appropriately.
I'd like to make a
gonna
suggestion
do that,
then,
yeah.
if I can. So we'll plow forward for Friday at 09. We do have our maybe pile with the other 5 for our alternates that we need. If we can't get all these 3 interviewed by Friday the 24th at 10:30, we'll have to reschedule the following week. I know we want to push this through, and I think we're moving this along pretty good, but if we have to use that as a reserve plan, let's do that with our 5.
The only way I can see that we'd be calling in any reserve is if we look at these 3 and we pick one of them.
Or none of them are
The
available.
worst case scenario
like
is
Frank
if all
was saying.
3.
Wait a minute,
candidates
now
in
wait a
the
minute, just
meeting.
because none of them are available, I'd have to reset, wouldn't I? Are you saying if they can't make the meeting
I thought that's
time?
what you were saying.
No,
Yeah, what I'm saying is, okay, so you have 3 candidates. Typically, boards don't want to just either go all through this and just have one candidate left that's available on that day, or the other 2 have jobs. So you have
Right.
1 candidate left. So Friday, you're interviewing just 1 candidate, you post the meeting, you interview 1. What you can do before you leave here is say, okay, out of these maybes, this person's very, very close. So we're gonna have them as alternate 1. When you make your calls, 2 of them can't make it, you only have 1 for Friday.
Should we
You
rate
then-
all the
you then-
maybes, or at least get their
No.
top 3
You
maybes?
then
They're in the maybe
throw
pile
in,
already.
then you throw in the alternate candidate, and now you at least have 2 to interview on Friday.
get 2
It's
maybes.
just a backup plan, that way you don't have to reconvene and have another meeting, you could get it done today and choose your alternate. Should all 3 interview, the alternate never
It never
becomes,
gets right.
it's not an issue.
So would it be a good idea to go through our maybes and select the best, or the one we'd like to interview of the maybes?
Okay, if that's what
How
you
many
wanna do
maybes,
is
how many
you,
maybes did we have altogether?
5 more, I think.
seven, right?
Chair,
Well,
Rob,
yeah.
so is it your plan if they can't interview Friday, are you planning on just eliminating them from
No.
consideration?
Well, that's my question. You know, I was gonna get a hold of them, and we'll mention these 3 times to see if they can be available to any one of those 3. And I can even offer a different time if they can make it, but
I
they
think
can't
that's
make it
fair.
till
Yeah.
11 or something.
Say
That's fair.
Monday,
That's
does that
fair.
Monday follow?
Relatively short notice, we should be flexible.
Absolutely,
Yeah, it's what I
absolutely.
would-
Follow Monday?
It
So I
is a
think
big
as
deal,
long as-
because they are working other jobs, you gotta be reasonable about this stuff.
The only reason we look at the maybes is if we have like 2 of them go out on us and we need to have like 2 or 3, I'd like to have at least maybe 3.
Right,
Yeah, I think I think what you wanna do, right, is keep your focus on your finalists at this point,
Right.
your 3.
Let's just
That's-
focus on our top
the
3
three.
then.
Yeah.
And then the
That'll
Friday,
simplify
Monday.
it. And we can always, is that all right with you, Rod?
Well, I keep getting all these different.
That's what I think, that's what
I
I
love
think.
that.
We're just trying to simplify the
Yes.
process, and I know you wanna
You gotta
kinda
went through-
expedite it. and
I
make
Well,
sure
we
get
got
the best
it down
qualified.
to 3, and that was my
Yeah.
goal.
Got
We
it.
just did that.
Friday,
Now we're worried about
Friday and
an
Monday.
alternate.
Call
Let's
them and
just
get
do
the
the
Friday and
Let's do
Monday.
the 3. If none of these 3 make it, I'll call you all together again, and we'll go through the rest of
Well,
them.
we
But we'll
can
have to
discuss
post
that on Friday.
18 hours in advance if we do that.
Yeah.
Good idea.
You just need to know
Then
when we're gonna do this.
18
My only point
hour.
was not to, I know you're gonna focus on your 3, I understand that. My whole point is, I was just trying to save you some
Right.
time, is if 2 people say, I'm not interested anymore, I've been through this before, I'm not interested anymore, I'm done, or I've got a job, I'm not interested, and if you get down to like 1 candidate, which could happen, it was just a plan. But let's just go with the 3 and
Well,
see
we're
what
taking these
happens.
candidates
My-
with us.
think that's
here's
a good
my
idea.
thought
We're
on
taking
it.
these
Yeah.
with us.
We got 3 people
Yes,
we're
yes.
Then we can
interviewing.
make a call, if you make a call, say, hey, we need to go through the maybe pile, and you say, who's your best maybe? I'll say number 4. Then who's your backup next maybe? Oh, well, I've been able to look at my
can't-
best maybe
you
be
can't-
5.
Andy,
We have
Andy,
to have the public.
why don't we just discuss that on Friday after we do the interviews?
Perfect.
I think that'd be a more appropriate agenda.
You're already coming together.
All right, listen, we
And
got
that give you
3
time to review
people,
it.
we
I
got
like
3
the 3.
people, we got 3 people we're interviewing. Okay? If 1 or 2 or all 3 drop out, that's when we go back into our pile,
Yeah, or maybe pile.
I like
okay?
it, I like it.
If one of these 3 says, I'll take it, and the other 2 have dropped out or for whatever reason, if we get down to number 1, let's say all 3 interview, we're still gonna only pick 1,
Right.
okay? The only way we'll get into this pile is all 3 don't make it for 1 of 2 reasons. After we interview them, we say, no.
I'm happy we got 3 pretty good candidates that are probably gonna make exception of their time.
Can you let me finish? If they don't, when we interview them and they don't make it, then we're in problems, you know, we haven't interviewed them face to face. But looking at their resumes, I feel good about these 3.
Oh, yeah.
Real good about it.
Right.
So, And with that feeling, that's all I'm saying is, I think we're gonna make it here.
Hey, can we hire all three of them?
I don't think there's money in the budget.
I'm just asking. If we don't ask, I mean, I'm looking for veteran first.
Yeah.
If veteran first, if we had the
I-
ability
We
to hire all three of
can,
them.
we cannot hire all three of them.
Now, Rod, I just wanna point out when you're making these phone calls to these
Yep.
people,
Yep.
if there's not a 14 in these packets, we as
Oh,
a
ask-
board
ask
would
for
like
them?
those.
Okay, did they all, I didn't look.
I'm looking at number 10 and I don't see it.
Thank you for asking for that. Appreciate that.
Okay, and they probably got one, cause they say military,
Yeah.
right?
19 and 1 both
All
do,
right.
but 10 doesn't. I just wanna
All
make
right.
sure it's
It
present.
sounds like
during
you're
the
real close on
Ask
these
for DD.
three, so you
Okay.
might, that might be helpful, is all I'm saying. I think,
It's definitely
How
the
they
box I
are seeing where
checked.
their heart is where it's going to be. God's
It's a
first.
tie.
Okay.
maybe
So one out of the three, I gotta ask for the one thing they didn't.
The
All
14.
right, let me make some calls here.
Sure.
First of all, I gotta see out here, how do I call them? Do they have phone numbers?
I would hope so.
Call them now,
Don't know.
Should be right there. Yep, there's one.
huh? Man,
Oh, I got it up
glad I
here.
brought my
Okay.
snacks.
There's
Here's
2.
one, number 2.
And 3. All 3 of them are at the top of their
Yep,
respective
they are.
resumes.
Yep, they are. Got them.
Good.
Okay.
Very good.
Give me, I hope I'll have you guys called within the hour. I'll go in there and,
Number 6, before we leave, we gotta
Yeah.
make a motion and pass for
That
the
funds.
Yeah.
For our agenda items.
expense.
oh yeah, I wasn't gonna close yet. I was just
Yeah,
closing my, okay,
fine.
thank you though.
But I was just
Keeping me on my
I didn't
toes.
want you to forget.
I feel like a ballet dancer out here. All right, we've interviewed the applicant, or we've reviewed the applicant.
Rod, hold on a second.
I just wanna make sure,
Oh,
I
sorry.
just wanna make sure your process is legally all, so good for you, right? So your list of questions, are you gonna draft your list of questions?
We have a bunch of questions that
Okay.
the former director gave us and
Okay.
some from last time.
All right, and my only advice is just make sure you ask all the questions of the same people. Don't deviate from that, because you can get in trouble that way if there's a different set of questions for a different candidate. And we'll get the job posted.
I was told though that sometimes you can ask a question and the answer to that might lead you to another question. You'd never ask another person.
That
How
is-
can that be different?
That is true. I'm saying just ask the same
Okay.
basically.
Are you asking us as a group right now to come up with 3 to 5 questions we're going to ask every single person?
I
or like,
don't.
I have
I'm
one.
not-
I got a whole list of
I'm
them.
not-
I don't know what they are.
I'm not getting into that. All I'm saying is have a basic set of questions.
From a legal
And
standpoint.
I have that,
Yeah,
yes.
all right, and post the meeting.
I know
and
what
post
you're
the
saying.
meeting.
Yep.
We will do
All
that.
right.
Well, I just wanna make, like I
Then
just
we're all
said,
set.
I just wanted to make sure that what you said, if somebody asked a question, and I've already interviewed this person, but I didn't ask them that
You can-
question.
you can
I can
email.
ask them that.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yep, right.
You're trying to keep us on the board, and I
If-
really appreciate that.
if
And
we
you
have
You
a-
too.
ask the questions. That's all I'm
Yeah,
asking.
and I
If we
appreciate
got
your comments
questions.
too there, so.
If we have a question, whether or not one of our questions is a legal question, who do we,
Are you gonna be there on them?
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll
we'll-
make sure you're
we'll-
there too.
I'm just in the background to make sure it'll all just
Well,
go smoothly, that's
That's
all.
what we went to there for.
right,
That's all.
Please define an emergency.
Just get me if you come up with your list, if you wanna show them to me before the interviews, we'll make sure they're all good.
I'll do that. When
And
I
we'll get it
contact
posted
them
on
and
the
we
website.
verify, I'll come out.
What time does the office open on Friday?
But they're all here?
Yeah.
It's 8, isn't it? You talking about veterans office?
Yeah, so we can get in the building.
Yeah.
I think it's 8 o'clock they open up here.
Is it
I'm
8?
not sure.
I would like to meet prior to the interview, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, we
Can
can
we
do that.
8:30 maybe?
If we-
I got a key to the
Can we do
office.
that legal, meet,
Okay, I got a key, we can do that.
As long as it's open.
Yeah. as
what's
long
that, as long as it's open
And posted that.
and posted that way, so, okay, if we're gonna do that, we have to post it in the notice.
Well, here's my other question.
Okay.
When we get down here and we're interviewing these 3 people, why, that doesn't have to be open to the public.
It certainly does,
Why?
because
State
I've never,
file,
ever
no,
seen that.
well, you'll violate the open, well, a labor council of 40 year, well, I can give you my experience, because I I know the Michigan Open Meetings Act pretty damn well, and our attorney knows it a lot better than I do, and it is totally open, your whole process has to be open. You have to have open interviews, and you have to have an open dialogue and an open decision. You can't go into closed session or close off the public for this decision of a director of this position. You just can't do it.
So to be clear,
Yeah.
if anybody's sending out group texts, That's a violation?
It is. If
Thank
you're-
you.
Yep, if you're debating on who to hire or who you like,
Well, I
or,
could see that, yeah, you don't.
I want to be clear on
I'm
that.
sorry.
No,
I want to
you're
be clear
right.
on that.
You're right.
I want to be
Don't-
clear on that.
don't debate, don't dialogue amongst
You
yourselves.
can't
at all.
call on the phone and debate, you can't do
I'm not allowed to
anything.
talk to my wife.
Not if you
without
wanna
her.
follow the, and then what happens is you think that's all okay, and then one person, and I'm just telling you from experience here, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but one person gets upset about the decision that's made, and they don't like who you hire, and all of a sudden they show all your emails
Yeah.
now, all your texts.
Yeah.
So just don't do it.
It's the only one that's silly. Just when
I don't
check
worry
talking
about
to him.
that, cause I don't.
I'm
do
bad
that.
at it.
So if I
Like,
can make a
text
suggestion
message.
based on what you just told us, Frank,
No communication.
let's stay off social media,
No
let's stay off
communication.
text, let's stay off the phone. Is that fair enough for everybody?
As long as I have a PBR.
You can talk about the
PBR.
process and that's it.
Thank you,
Hey, we're gonna interview at this time and that's it, nothing about the candidates or anything.
thank
Well,
you.
hopefully, my hope is if we can get this done Friday, there's no reason that at the end of those 3 interviews, that United, we pick the person, whoever it is.
Yes.
I don't care who it is. We pick the person and it's done,
Do we check references?
right? Well,
I think it's
that
a good
goes to the
idea.
county. They do the
You guys do
physical and the background.
Okay.
That's, we just get it to them and they do it. And then they tell us if they pass or not.
And I'll have your wording for your agenda, that it's a conditional offer of employment contingent upon these things, so that you're all set legally on
Yep.
that.
Background check,
That's what I was gonna see
references,
about, yep.
all that stuff. You guys are gonna check that, right?
Yeah,
Okay, but
That's
they
what
should
you
bring
want.
references with them during the interview then, I would assume, right?
they kind of,
I think
I
that would
could
be
tell them that.
appropriate.
I think I saw
some of them
there,
have some
so-
on here. so-
Okay, but if we're making a list of 214s and references, I'm just thinking of
Well, I
things they
can tell
should
that
bring.
when I talk to them,
How are they gonna
that's
stand
what I'll
out?
say. Bring a list of any
I don't know,
references you
just show
want to
up.
be checked by the county.
I think it's great.
All right.
And,
Yeah, thank you.
Personal-
Thank you, thank you.
Personal references are nice, I prefer business references.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or-
All right, let me write this down.
Pastor's one thing, but a boss is another.
Yeah,
When we discussed. the
I don't
changes,
believe in that.
One of the 3, that has to be in an open meeting, not the
does.
screen. Is that-
Everything has to be done in the public, yeah.
Okay.
The only exception of Michigan Open Meeting Act, if you're deciding who's gonna be the president of the University of Michigan, or the president of Central Michigan, you're exempt. But we're not a president of the university.
How about Western Michigan?
No, that must be a public.
We wanted,
My wife
well,
is brown.
that's what I say. We want to do this right. I never seen it. That don't mean, probably all the
Hey,
time
man.
I've done this, we were wrong. Or just nobody showed
Depends
up.
on the position.
I got pulled over one
See,
time.
that's the thing. If nobody shows
I
up,
didn't
you
know I
don't-
was
you-
drinking. It depends.
Going to
if you're-
jail.
If you're hiring a post commander for the state police post, it doesn't have to be done in public. But if you're hiring a director position, such as this, then it qualifies under the Michigan Open Meetings Act. That's the difference.
So the colonel of the Michigan State Police should have been an open, I'll have to check into that. I
Yeah,
don't
maybe-
like
maybe-
him. But anyway,
Yeah.
okay. Well, we're gonna do it that way anyway, because that's what we're advised, so it'll be open and all. Now, let me ask you this. Who's allowed to come to that?
Anyway.
Even the candidates we're looking at?
No, typically it would be very unusual, suspect, and now, if you have 3 candidate interviews, can candidate number 3
Right.
come to one and listen to the questions? Certainly, it's a public meeting, legally they can, but I will tell you, in my 27 years of recruiting, I've always told the candidates, if you do that, you'll never get the job. And most people would never do that ethically, but obviously if someone were to do that, you'd sit on the meetings, then you wouldn't hire them because their ethics are poor. But no,
Great
legally they can do it,
Okay.
but they don't.
well, in theory too, the number 1 candidate could come in and interview, and they're good friends with number 3, and they could go to number 3 and say, okay, these are the questions they're gonna ask you.
It's a way of prepping if you're the third candidate. I got my ducks in a row. I'm ready for these questions now. It's not cold.
Yep.
I
like
don't really
it.
know any
I
of
like
them,
it.
so
I don't
know
think
if they
that's
know
go-
each- I don't
that's
think
not
they.
gonna
I don't think they
happen.
know each other, but I don't know any of them. So
They're
there
probably
we go.
full of integrity and are not
Right.
gonna, they're not gonna.
Well,
do that.
Right.
I would think these 3 candidates are,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Well, I guess
He
that's
doesn't
why
know.
I'm kind of surprised. I just don't think
They
they would.
won't sit in on each
Yeah.
other's interviews.
I-
No.
Probably not.
No.
Okay,
We
you.
just
all
have to
right,
take
but
it.
I'm gonna ask for a list of their personal references if they wanna add to that.
Professional and
And if there's
professional.
one here,
Personal and professional.
oh, you want professional too.
That's what Dennis had suggested.
Right.
Okay, and the one there I needed is DD 2.
14 or any 15s to go with that.
Yeah,
And a list of questions.
well, the questions I got, and I'll run those, and give them to you here.
Before we leave,
I can do that, I guess,
I think
yeah.
that would
Yeah.
be reasonable.
We'll go in the other, where the thing is. All right. Okay, we've got through that. Now, we had an expense here, Odrins, and we need to take care of that. It was $2,412.03. We need to have authorization to have that paid. We have a motion to
Have
do
we-
that?
we just, have they requested anything else, do you know, any other help in the past, you know?
No, they haven't, I don't think, no.
Okay.
They're
This here? No,
Yeah,
no.
okay, all right. All right, I make a motion that we accept this and pay the $2,412.03 to Odrins.
Okay,
I'll second that.
and you got a second? Any other comments on it, or?
Well, this is a veteran that's
Yeah.
claiming this?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that's one
It's
of the
like
things
4
we
cents
do.
over from
Right.
what.
You'll get used to doing it.
I didn't see a name of anybody or
Yeah.
anything.
Well,
Well,
it's
it
on
shouldn't
the
be, it
Odrins
should
bill.
be
We can
veteran.
get more of that if you want to see
Yeah,
it.
in the future, I'd like to see that, please.
Sure.
Just veteran.
Well, normally we do this in a normal meeting. This is a special meeting, and we don't want to make
We
wait
don't
until-
wanna make it
Get this.
public, that we're helping, so, I don't think, I mean,
They're all gonna be public from now on, it sounds
It
like.
just is because it's over that $2,000 margin, so that we have to have a board.
Right, I understand how that
signature of
process
so
works.
that's
I just didn't see anything
that
associated
makes
with the funds, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, when we have our regular meetings every other month, you'll have a whole list,
Appreciate that,
okay?
thank you.
And those go into the minutes, that we're gonna keep the file there. That's one of the things we've made sure that we've changed. But you'll see a list. I don't care if they borrow $1. They don't borrow
It's
it.
fine with me.
And so,
It's our
yeah.
honor to serve them.
But what we got here is a bill that needs to be paid.
Us.
We've got a motion
Sure.
on the floor. Any
it's
other
been
discussion?
seconded by Terry.
I already said that.
Oh, you did, okay. Okay.
It's on the floor, so,
Okay.
yep. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we can pay that bill now.
Thank
Now,
you.
you've all taken care of your vouchers and stuff, because I see she came in. All right, there's a thing listed under here, I guess it was before that. General discussion, Dennis asked that as the secretary here. He wanted to make sure that we got everything down in order here, so how do you feel about that?
I feel fine, but I do have one I would like to discuss.
Sure, go ahead.
I would like to officially thank the Lindsay family for their generous gift. That is appreciated more than you will ever know. And that's it.
That's it. Anybody else have any comment from the board?
I would like to get contact names and phone numbers from everybody before they leave, just for my own references.
Like on
Sure,
board,
sure.
welcome packet.
Well, and
So happy to
get
have
us into your phone,
Yeah, that's what my plan is.
and put us in the phone under friends.
VA people.
You always have a friend there.
it.
you
Here, got you,
Yeah,
Sergeant.
get us in there. Okay, no other general discussion? Now, listen, our next regular meeting is not till March, 28th. That's when we'll be starting our, normally you have it every other month. We always have had that, unless we change that.
I think it should be monthly.
Okay, we can talk about that in the meeting too. We have to,
And it should
Look
be
at that.
before then, we should have to know what Commissioner Stoll what his schedule looks like. Friday afternoon's crazy to me, but we need to have a monthly meeting so we can report something to our commissioners, that's for
We can
sure.
address that in the
Yeah,
meetings.
I agree.
okay. The next one that's scheduled, and these are all posted out there, that's why I bring it up, is March 28th, and they're always at 3 o'clock. Yeah, I didn't put that on there. But it's always at 3 o'clock right here in our veterans area here. Anybody's invited to come to that. They're always, that's why they're posted. But, I haven't posted this yet, but we're gonna have a meeting, February 21st. It's a Friday. I'm moving it up to 1 o'clock.
Okay.
1 o'clock on Friday, the 21st, and it's gonna be an organizational meeting. This is where we can decide and vote if we want on who's gonna be the chairman. We can do all that stuff. There's a whole list of things I've brought up, and that'll be talked about at that meeting, and I hope everybody wants to show up for that too. Everybody. Okay,
Well, you're looking better all the time, man. You really did a nice job today. Good job.
1 o'clock.
thank you, Andy.
No, really.
Well,
Getting better.
it's run pretty good. It's only, 2:20.
You're not quite a
So-
disabled veteran.
I'm not, well, I'm getting there.
Yeah, you hope so.
If you keep sitting next to me, I might be a disabled.
If you care about the generation after you, who would be a cop in the army during Vietnam and DC? Your head's like this. Now I know. Like I'm like, wow, he doesn't really know his head's like this, and he's angry. Wow, come on
It
in.
was fun. Okay. Anything else? Like I said, that was the special meeting there. I don't have anything else. Does anybody?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, have a second on that?
Second.
Okay. We are adjourned.
Aye.